Hello everyone, it's Jennifer and thank you for joining me. We are back with my goodies from Beebeecraft. We've made a shell sliding adjustable bracelet. We've also made one stretch bracelet using some of the bead kits. We're going to make another stretch bracelet using the other color here. We have the natural Indian agate. Then I still have some crackle agate, and I have some more jasper, and look at those gorgeous little tiny beads. We're gonna make a couple of stretch bracelets using these, and then this smaller set, we're gonna use some beading wire, and we're gonna make an adjustable bracelet, but not what you think. We're gonna add an extender onto the bracelet, and we're just gonna make a beautiful we have enough here for 2 dainty bracelets. Okay, then we also still have more of our shells, and so we'll see if we can go ahead and incorporate the shells back into some of our projects and go from there. Something that you will notice is this will not be the only month that I bring out the shells. That is to show you how far these sets can go. All right, so let's go ahead and first let's make a stretch bracelet using that natural Indian agate. And when you open, sorry about that, it's a little dirty. I got some wire coming in to the game here. All right, so something that you'll notice when you open up your beads is that you already have some stretch cord, okay? And we already used some in this one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open that one and keep this one intact. And what we're gonna need for this is we are going to need a needle, and I like using these needles here. For one thing, they're easy to thread the cord onto, or I should say the stretch fiber. It's easy to thread that on. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna continue working from the spool because I'm not sure how many beads I'm gonna use, but I know that I want to keep out some of these more purple looking beads to kind of make a more purple. I'm gonna make one that it has more of the purple tone because this purple tone is absolutely beautiful. I'm not gonna be able to have enough to make just with that color pattern there, but if I could pull enough out here, then I can see what I have left over and go from there. So that's what I love about these beads. If you look, they have such, again, in the name, natural colors. And we're gonna go ahead and just start threading. And what I like to do is I like to find a bead that has a larger hole. That one has a larger hole. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set that one aside. And that one's going to be my last bead for this bracelet. And here's why. I wanna be able to tuck in my knot, but then I don't wanna add any extra to the bracelet. I just want to go ahead and make it just a stretch bracelet with just these beads, and that's it. I'm going to go ahead and continue stringing, and as I'm stringing these, look at those gorgeous colors. As I'm stringing these, I'm going to talk to you about the YouTube program through Beebeecraft. If you have at least 100 subscribers on your YouTube channel, you can apply to become a YouTube program influencer for Beebeecraft. And I tell you, when I was first notified about the program and that I would have this incredible opportunity to showcase these gorgeous beads, I went onto their website and wow, what an amazing, amazing website, packed with anything and everything you can think of. I had such a hard time picking out the beads that I was going to showcase for this first showcase that I was doing. And just absolutely gorgeous, tons and tons. And I basically just had to do a little bit of eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That was about it because everything was beautiful. I'm going to put that off to the side. I'm going to put that one off to the side too. Again, I'm not going to have all lavender colors, but I'm going to just try and keep that kind of color palette right there a little bit. Just very pretty. I like to keep all the greens and just absolutely gorgeous. Now, what I am going to do is bring out my, my high-tech bracelet measurer here. And I'm going to go ahead and measure around because just because I have 7 inches of bracelet when it's laying down doesn't necessarily mean that I have 7 inches going around a wrist because of the size of the beads. So I'm going to go ahead and add a few more. I saw about 6 inches, so I am going to add 3 more of these. Oh gosh, look at that mustard color. That one's going to stay behind. I just love that. Look at that gorgeous, that one's staying behind. Okay, there we go. All of them are just beautiful. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and add this one here, and I'm going to add it to this side because this is a side that I am going to be making my knot. Okay. Now let me go ahead and put it back up here. It's so hard for me to show you the sizing, but I will tell you what it is. Oh, that's a little bit big. That one is a little bit big. So we will take, we have to take this one off because this is the one that has the larger hole. So we'll take that one off. Okay, and then we'll take this one off. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and put this one back on. I want the larger side to stick out, and there we go. All right, so let me see if this will fit around my wrist. Oh, that's perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now what I did was, since I'm working from the spool, I can really pull my working side out and not worry about beads falling off. And I know that I need to go back through one more time, and I don't need that much. So I just need enough to go all the way back around and then to tie a knot. So let's go ahead and get those out of the way there. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and thread back through. Okay. And as I thread back through, what happens is if the beads are a little if it's a little tight, what I do is I grab from here and I try to get as close down to the beads as I can to grab. And the reason why I'm not pulling from the needle after I get enough room to pull is that sometimes it will fray, the cord will fray. And it's only because it's up against this needle and it's in there and we're going through tight quarters. That is the only reason why. It is not going to, it does not mean that this is not a strong cord. It is incredible. I love using the fiber. I use the fiber a lot. And I have bracelets that are, let's see, 3 years old from when I first started, and they are still perfect. I do have to say one did break, but it wasn't mine. It was my 3-year-old granddaughter's, and it was because it was starting to get a little tight. All right, so let's go ahead and continue through. And when I say tight, she really, I mean, it was a pull when she broke it. Okay, so we're continuing through, and I want to come out this bead here. And let's get that to go through. You don't have to get them all to go through in one swoop. You can take your time. That's the whole thing about beading too, is you want to take your time. You don't want to rush through anything. Okay, so now that I have that, I have quite a bit of a tail, and that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut off enough for me to go ahead and make up a knot. Now, there are several different ways to make the knots. And what I did just there, I did this, I pulled on these 2 strings so that I can make sure that there wasn't any gaps or anything since we have it going through twice. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an overhand knot, right over left. Then I'm gonna do left over right, and I'm gonna go twice around to make like a surgeon's knot. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give that a pull. Now, I'm gonna hold on to this and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a pull this way too. And it's not completely secure yet, and that's okay. Because then I'm gonna go ahead and you see how these 2 are on top, right? And when you look, you have a little triangle. I'm gonna take 1 strand and go under that other strand and come out so that now both strands are included in the knot. Does this make a difference? I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. I feel like it does, but I don't know. So we did right over left, and now we're gonna do left. We did right over left, and now we're gonna do left over right. So left over right, and we're gonna pull that through, and we're gonna pull that through. And there we go. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and give that a good tug. Then what I'm gonna do in addition to that is I am going to find my GS Hypo, which is right here, along with that piece of beading cord that wants to come out. I'm going to have my paper towel handy, just a paper towel. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm grabbing those 2 beads. I'm gonna now cut off the circulation to my middle finger, take off the cap, and then I want to just dab a little bit of GS Hypo. A dab and dab on the other side. Then I just blow on it. It's not dry, but it just makes me feel better, I guess. Then go ahead and let go, and then I don't even see the knot. The knot automatically went inside. And so there you go. There is another stretch bracelet. Let's go ahead and make up another one. And this time I am just going to run through it super quickly. Here we have it. We have our 4 bracelets using the beads from our little bead mix here. We still have, look how much left of that fiber cord we have. We have so much left over. And I have a broken needle. I broke my needle. I didn't even think that could happen, but I did. I broke it, so much must have separated there. So I'll have to figure out something that I need to do because this might be my one and only at this size. I think I have some longer ones, but I know that I wanted to make a few more stretch bracelets, again, showing how much of this that I use. I didn't use very much at all. So, but I'm gonna go back to the drawing board on the rest of them. And so I'm gonna get a picture of this, get it posted, and so that you can watch this video and see all of the fun little bracelets we made using 1 set. And I still have a little bit left over here to add to another bracelet with other beads, or it can just be a stash builder. I love the container it comes in. It comes in a nice stackable, easily stored container, and we will go from there. So the next mixes that we are going to be working with are actually some strands. We're going to work with these bead strands next. I'm going to make an adjustable bracelet using some sterling silver findings, and then I was going to make some stretch bracelets using these, and I still might. I need to just find a needle, and we will come back to the next one. So until next time, well, no, before until next time, be sure to check out the Beebeecraft website. I'm going to put descriptions I'm going to put the links in the descriptions for you to use. I'm going to add links for the materials that I used as far as the bead sets, and then also a link to my unboxing where I had everything listed there as well. Be sure to stay tuned, and the only way you can do that is if you subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate your support, and I will always read everybody's comments. I don't always respond right away, but I do read what everybody has to say, and I appreciate all of the kind words and everything everybody has to say. And until next time, have a good one.